Have you ever felt a random pain or discomfort and just brushed it off? Sometimes it's easy to downplay these things, hoping they'll just go away. But what if those seemingly insignificant signs are actually your body trying to tell you something serious is going on? We're talking about a silent heart attack, a dangerous condition that often goes unnoticed until it's too late. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the top 10 warning signs of a silent heart attack that you absolutely should not ignore. We'll break down each symptom, understand why it occurs, and equip you with the knowledge to recognize these red flags in yourself and your loved ones. Remember, awareness is key when it comes to heart health, and early detection can truly be a lifesaver. So if you're ready to take charge of your health and learn how to identify the silent signals of a heart attack, stick around. Let's get started. One of the sneakiest symptoms of a silent heart attack is unusual fatigue. This is different from the tiredness you feel after a long day of work or an intense workout. It's a persistent, overwhelming exhaustion that seems to come out of nowhere and lingers for days, even when you've had plenty of rest. Imagine waking up feeling like you haven't slept at all, even though you got a full 8 hours. Simple tasks like climbing stairs or carrying groceries feel incredibly draining. This kind of unexplained, persistent exhaustion can be a major red flag for a silent heart attack, especially in women. When your heart isn't pumping blood efficiently, your body has to work much harder to circulate oxygen. So if you're experiencing unusual fatigue that lasts for more than a few days and can't be explained by other factors like stress or lack of sleep, it's crucial to listen to your body and see a doctor right away. Don't brush it off as just being tired. Your heart might be trying to tell you something. Let's talk about another common, yet often overlooked warning sign of a silent heart attack: shortness of breath. You might find yourself feeling a little more winded than usual after climbing a flight of stairs or walking a short distance. Or maybe you're suddenly struggling to catch your breath while doing something you normally do with ease, like putting on your shoes or simply talking. This happens because when your heart isn't pumping efficiently, it can't deliver enough oxygen-rich blood to your body, including your lungs. This can lead to a buildup of fluid in your lungs, making it harder to breathe. The scary part is that this shortness of breath can occur even without any physical exertion. Think about it. You're sitting down, relaxing, and suddenly you feel like you can't quite get a full breath. These are not normal occurrences and could be a sign of a silent heart attack. Now let's talk about a symptom that often gets mistaken for something less serious: indigestion or nausea. We've all experienced these discomforts at some point, blaming them on that extra slice of pizza or a spicy meal. But when these digestive issues crop up out of the blue, without any obvious trigger, and especially if they're accompanied by other symptoms on this list, it's time to pay attention. Imagine this: you're going about your day, and suddenly you're hit with a wave of nausea or a burning sensation in your chest that feels like heartburn. You might even experience vomiting or a feeling of fullness, even if you haven't eaten a large meal. While these symptoms are often associated with digestive problems, they can also be a sign that your heart isn't getting enough blood flow. The nerves that run to your heart and your stomach are very closely connected. So when you're having a heart attack, even a silent one, those signals can get crossed, leading to digestive upset. In fact, some people, especially women, may experience indigestion as their primary heart attack symptom. Let's talk about pain, specifically in the jaw, neck, or back. Heart attack pain can radiate to the jaw, neck, and back. Imagine a dull ache in your jaw or tightness in your neck. Some describe it as a burning sensation or heavy pressure in the upper back. These pains can signal heart distress. Pain signals travel along nerves, manifesting far from the heart. Pain in the left arm is classic, but it can also be in the right arm, jaw, neck, or back. Unexplained pain in these areas? Get it checked out. Let's talk about another symptom that might surprise you: sweating. Now, we all sweat when we're hot, exercising, or feeling stressed. But when you experience sudden, unexplained sweating that's not related to any of these factors, it could be a warning sign of a silent heart attack. Imagine this: you're sitting calmly, reading a book, and suddenly you're drenched in a cold sweat. Or maybe you wake up in the middle of the night feeling clammy and overheated, even though your room is cool. When your heart is struggling to pump blood effectively, your body goes into overdrive trying to compensate. This increased workload on your system can trigger your sweat glands, leading to excessive perspiration. This type of sweating, especially when accompanied by other symptoms on this list, should never be ignored. Now, let's talk about a symptom that's often easily dismissed: dizziness or lightheadedness. We've all felt a little faint or unsteady on our feet at some point, maybe after standing up too quickly or not eating enough. But when dizziness strikes out of the blue for no apparent reason, and especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms on this list, it's crucial to pay attention. Imagine this: you're walking down the street, and suddenly you feel a wave of dizziness wash over you, like the ground is shifting beneath your feet. Or maybe you're sitting at your desk, and you feel lightheaded, as if you might pass out. These episodes of dizziness or lightheadedness can be a sign that your heart isn't pumping blood effectively, depriving your brain of the oxygen it needs to function properly. When your heart is struggling to do its job, your brain is one of the first organs to feel the effects. So, if you experience unexplained dizziness or lightheadedness, it's important to seek medical attention. Let's discuss a symptom that might not seem directly related to your heart swelling. Now, we've all experienced swollen feet or ankles after a long day of standing or traveling, but when you notice unexplained swelling in your legs, ankles, or feet, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms on this list, it's essential to take it seriously. Imagine this: you take off your shoes at the end of the day, and you notice that your ankles or feet are puffy and swollen. Or maybe you're finding it difficult to put on your rings because your fingers are swollen. This type of swelling, known as edema, can be a sign that your heart isn't pumping efficiently, and fluid is building up in your body's tissues. When your heart isn't pumping blood effectively, it can back up in your veins, causing fluid to leak out into the surrounding tissues. So, if you notice persistent swelling, it's important to consult a doctor. Let's talk about a symptom that can be both subtle and alarming: an irregular heartbeat. Now, it's normal for your heart rate to fluctuate throughout the day, depending on your activity level, stress levels, and other factors. But when you notice a persistent irregularity in your heartbeat, like a fluttering sensation in your chest, a racing pulse, or a skipped beat, it's essential to get it checked out. Imagine this: you're sitting quietly, and you suddenly become aware of your heartbeat. It feels like your heart is skipping a beat, beating too fast, or fluttering like a hummingbird in your chest. These sensations, known as palpitations, can be unsettling and may indicate an underlying heart problem. While not all irregular heartbeats are cause for concern, some can be a sign of atrial fibrillation, a condition that increases your risk of stroke and heart failure. So if you experience persistent irregular heartbeats, it's important to seek medical advice. Let's discuss a symptom that's often overlooked: sleep disturbances. Occasional sleepless nights happen due to stress or anxiety. Persistent changes in sleep patterns could signal an underlying heart problem. Imagine climbing into bed, exhausted, but sleep eludes you. You toss and turn, your mind racing with worries. Or you wake up multiple times, heart pounding. An underlying heart condition makes your body work harder, even during sleep. If you notice persistent sleep disturbances, consult a doctor. Let's talk about a symptom that's often misunderstood and misdiagnosed: anxiety. Now, we all experience anxiety from time to time. It's a normal human emotion that helps us cope with stress and danger. But when you experience sudden, overwhelming anxiety that's out of proportion to the situation, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms on this list, it's crucial to take it seriously. Imagine this: you're going about your day, and suddenly, a wave of intense fear washes over you. Your heart races, your chest tightens, you feel dizzy and lightheaded, and you might even experience shortness of breath. These symptoms can be terrifying and debilitating, and they could be a sign that your body is in distress, signaling a potential heart problem. While anxiety itself doesn't cause heart attacks, it can be a symptom of a heart attack, especially a silent one. So if you experience sudden, intense anxiety, it's important to seek medical attention. So there you have it, the top 10 warning signs of a silent heart attack that you should never ignore. Remember, heart attacks don't always present with the classic Hollywood drama of someone clutching their chest and collapsing. They can be subtle, silent, and easily dismissed as something less serious. But by paying attention to your body, knowing the signs, and seeking medical attention promptly, you can significantly increase your chances of a positive outcome. With that said, thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment below, and hit the bell for more health and wellness inspiration. Until next time, stay healthy and happy.